Hey, Radians here. I'm 25 years old and just reached my first retirement goal of covering basic living expenses with a semi-passive income. I live with my fiancée in an apartment we own, and for a frugal lifestyle we need around $1,000 per month. An expected return from the real estate we rent out is also around that figure. Most of the income to make it happen came from regular work, doing software development as a contractor, for 6 years while living a frugal life. We'll discuss different variables involved in financial independence and retiring early, including investing and taxes. However, let's start with what I believe to be the most crucial aspect: your earning vehicle. The more money you make, the faster you can retire. While you can become financially independent through a safe investing strategy with a barista or barber paycheck, it will take decades of frugal living. If you don't have a valuable skill, it's better to put time and attention towards education to get a high-paying job sooner. I've been lucky to pick a lucrative profession by applying to Computer Science University after high school. This post-Soviet Union institution was a disaster, but it made me realize the value of freedom and discipline. No one taught me at the university. I had to learn software development through free online resources to complete projects before deadlines with consequences. I've tracked where I spent my work time throughout the whole career, and it ended up being almost an equal split between job and side projects. While I didn't make any money from these entrepreneurial endeavors, they allowed me to stand out when applying for remote jobs. I don't regret spending that much time doing side projects, and I still believe starting a business could be an effective way to achieving FIRE. I just happened to pick the wrong problem to solve. Working as a remote contractor from Eastern Europe allowed me to earn the same compensation as a Western European engineer, while benefiting from low taxes and living expenses. For example, let's take a German company with 60,000 euros to spend on employee. A Berlin-based worker would pay 38% in taxes, while a contractor in Estonia will spend 20%, in Poland 12%, in Ukraine 5%, and in Georgia only 1%. Of course, it's crucial to remember that you won't get any social benefits when paying low single-digit taxes. I've invested almost all my income in rental real estate without using a mortgage. You're less likely to build a large real estate business without using a leverage, but I didn't want to take the unnecessary risk, especially considering the immaturity of Georgian market. While my apartments have problems, I believe they're good enough assets. If you're curious about investing in rental real estate, check out my video with principle for sound long-term units. It is not a passive income. I have to find a deal, fix or renovate things, and find tenants myself. Before committing to real estate, I learned through experience that investing in stocks or crypto requires knowledge of its mechanics. I lost a significant sum during the Terror crash and now can only allocate 3% of my net worth between Bitcoin and Ethereum. While I like having some money secured on blockchain and being accessible from anywhere in case of emergency, I don't want to hold a significant amount of speculative assets. While the stock market performed well in recent history, and since World War II, S&P 500 has 7% return adjusted for inflation, I'm not confident it will continue that way. I've lost money in every position I hold, and while the market can turn around, I don't know when and why. In the light of recent bond crashes, I don't believe in brokerages either. Just deposit money in black box and hope your assets are safe. However, I might be biased because I'm banned from almost every brokerage due to my Belarus citizenship. Overall, I found investing in real estate being more rewarding than seeing numbers go up and down on the screen. It allows me to experience tangible assets that I can see and touch. So far, income and taxes were the most impactful variables in my FIRE journey. Instead of renting a fancy place, I lived in my parents' tiny apartment on the outskirts of Minsk, and later in my own small place in Tbilisi. By avoiding expensive rentals, I've saved tons of $1,000s by now. I've also tried to minimize travel, which consumes tons of resources. Traveling means spending money on airfare, accommodation, eating out, while sacrificing valuable work time due to lack of routine. While still enjoying an occasional meal at a restaurant, I'm aware of my habits and how they impact my finances. For example, in Tbilisi we prefer to do one work session in a coffee shop. So instead of going at lunchtime and spending tons of money on food, we would go to a fancy place before breakfast and order a regular black coffee. This way we could get in a morning walk, benefits from natural light exposure, extend our fast, and get some work done, all while saving money. Maintaining a good health is another essential part of FIRE journey, especially in a country without free healthcare. I already spent thousands of dollars in medical procedures in Georgia, and unfortunately my experience with local healthcare system have been pretty bad. For example, I got this enormous scar for life because I accidentally put a burning wire on my leg during surgery on a completely different part of the body. While there are some health problems we can't prevent, we can still reduce the risk of some health problems. At the end of the day, our physical health is crucial for both making money and enjoying life. Speaking for myself, when I have less stress, I feel happier. I can sleep peacefully without worrying about losing my job, and wake up without alarm because there is no pressure to do an extra work in the morning. While recording this video, I still have a contract job and most likely will apply for another one when the current gig is gone. However, having financial stability allows me to explore my interests, start my own business, or even take a year's long sabbatical without worrying about burn rate. At the same time, my semi-passive income can disappear any moment. The government can take away my apartments. There could be an earthquake, or people I love might need an expensive medical procedure. That's why having skills demanded by society is a good insurance. Knowing you can find a way to make money even after you've lost everything. Still, it doesn't necessarily mean that the traditional job is the only option. I can still be a good software developer by building projects myself. Reach fire faster by getting more effective with my productivity app at Increaser.org.